You probably have a great big hardware store in your neighborhood. You know, the kind that carries everything you could possibly think of for do-it-yourself type projects. You can get tools, supplies, hardware, even ideas on different ways to solve problems, but they aren't coming to your house to do the work. That part's up to you. So, for example, if you have a loose board in your deck, it's not a problem to whip over to the store, get some lumber, a handful of deck screws, a cordless drill, and you'll have that deck fixed in no time. It's pretty easy, the risk is low, it won't take much time, and frankly, if you mess it up, you can still get it sorted out. But what if you want to build an entire deck? Now it's getting trickier. If you're like many people, you'll have to find a buddy who's good at this stuff, find some plans, buy the tools and lumber, dig the footings, try to get things level, and pay for some pizza and drinks after. It's getting more complicated, and if you mess this one up, it can probably be fixed, but it's getting dicey. Now let's take it up a notch. Would you build your own house? For most people, the answer is no. Odds are you need to find a general contractor. So you're at a cocktail party and you bump into a contractor and say, hey, I've decided I should build a house. They say, great, I've built lots of houses. Let me build yours. He says, I have a plan for you right here that I've used for everyone else, and shows you what your house is going to look like. Now, it might be a fine house, but is it what you want? Is it what you need? Would you cut a check and commit to that house? Maybe not. So imagine this. You meet a different contractor, a more reputable contractor, and say, hey, I've decided I should build a house. And they say, that's great. Why do you want to do that? You might be at the beginning of a different kind of conversation. What if instead of shoving a design in front of you, they came around to your side of the table and started to understand what you were sketching? They would have a few questions like, who is the house for? How long will you live there? Do you want your kids to live there after you're gone? Are there certain materials you'd prefer to use? Things like that. Isn't that what you'd expect from someone building a really important structure for you? Because it's certainly what we do for our clients when they come to us to help them design their financial blueprint. Just like the second contractor, we come around to your side of the table to understand what you want to build and why you want to build it. Using that clarity, we start to work on a design that's based on your goals and our experience. There might be a few revisions to dial it in, and then when you're happy the blueprints fit your goals, you'll have the plan you're looking for. Would you like us to move ahead and build it for you too? It's what we do, but here's what's important. There are times to do things yourself, and there are times to get some help from your buddies. But when you want things to last, when they're important, when you're not an expert, or where doing it wrong can be extremely costly to you and your family, you need someone to help you plan and help you build for the long term. That's us.